cause I've got the crazy game and yo, I'm smooth like butter.
It's like butter. It's like butter, baby. It's like butter. It's like butter, baby.
And welcome to another episode of the Slab Podcast, the NFL Pick'em Sunday edition. Today I got a special guest with me today, a good friend of mine. We've tried this shit a couple of times actually, and really couldn't get it to work. But
seeing on my end, I guess I didn't know what was going on either. So
yeah,
it's like you didn't let me know. So like I was kind of wondering. And I was like, I wonder what happened, But yeah, so it didn't work out.
Trust me, I've thought about that. Like, damn, I've let Mitch and Trey down twice. We've had good content on two separate shows, and I couldn't get those videos. I couldn't get that shit to work and get it uploaded. But I got it figured out. That's my guy Trey. We're going to sit here and talk a little NFL football ahead of today's games on this beautiful Sunday. NFL Pick'em. Let's get straight to it. Let's start with the trash bag game of the week.
Okay.
Easy pick, right? Giants-Niners.
Okay.
That's easily the worst game this Sunday.
Yes.
I'm not interested in watching it. I don't know who I have on my fantasy team. I don't think I have a Giant or a Niner, so I don't really.
I do. Which I have 4 leagues, though. I have too many leagues.
In the league that counts, the league that I am going to beat you in.
Okay.
How many Giants or Niners is on that team?
I think I might have Sterling Shepard for the Giants.
Okay, yeah, that's right.
For that team, but that's probably the only Giant or Niner I have.
But he won't do nothing.
I think I'm going to play him in my flex this week over.
You're losing, certainly.
Over. Man, who's my other option at flex? Oh, Sony Michel. Because I don't know if he'll do that great against Tennessee, and plus he's coming off an injury.
That's if he plays.
He's coming off an injury, and he's so if he does play, he's coming off of a 2-week injury because he hasn't played the last 2 weeks, I don't think. And on top of that, I don't think he's going to do that good against Tennessee, anyways. So
Tennessee, we'll get to that game a little later, but let me throw a little hint out. Tennessee has Mike Vrabel. He played under Bill Belichick, and according to
and they play good defense.
They do play. It's a very tough defense. According to Teddy Bruschi, within the locker room, they knew if it was one guy on the defense that would become an NFL head coach, it was Mike Vrabel.
Nice.
So I don't think in recent history, I don't know if Bill Belichick has ever faced. Typically, he faces a lot of his assistant coaches. Mm-hmm. I don't think I've ever seen him face a former player.
Of his that played under him. Yeah, that's pretty interesting, actually.
Yeah, but to the trash bag game of the week, Giants, Niners. This is the Niners are at home. They're 8.5-point favorite. That's the
crazy.
Line. 8 points is a lot, right?
Especially for a crappy team, a team that's not very good.
Trivia question: who's the starting quarterback for the Niners? You know his name?
It's got to be the guy that just had the big game.
What's his name? I don't know. I don't know his name. All I know he came from Southern Mississippi, where Brett Favre came from.
All I know is Brett Favre gave him a phone call after that game. I don't even know his name. I didn't even know where he played.
The worst part is he did all of that against the Raiders. Not to say that the Giants are a much better defense. They just had a fire sale giving away snacks, Johnson or Jones in the middle. They should have gave away Janoris Jenkins, the corner. They gave away Eli Apple. It's not like this is a good defense. So
yeah, it's not at all.
You got a winner. Niners 8.5 favorites at home against the Giants. Who's the winner?
I think so. Me and Mitch, we do the radio show. We haven't done it actually here recently. We've been busy, and the radio station lady's actually gone. So we haven't had our actual show, but we've still been doing our predictions each week, our weekly predictions, and I think I took the Giants in that. Not that I really, really believe they're going to win, but I think I did take the Giants in that game.
Okay. Yeah, so. I didn't even plug, my bad. Trey, co-host, KXMS 88.7, The Jungle. Mm-hmm. Him and Mitch. I apologize to Mitch. Mitch couldn't make it today, but he's the other half of the bad luck when these guys come to the show, and I can't export these videos. But shout out to those guys. You can catch those guys Thursdays, right?
Thursdays, I believe it's 7.
Thursdays at 7.
7 p.m. is when it airs on 88.7.
And live on Facebook on Wednesdays at 2.
Yes.
All right. KXMS 88.7, The Jungle, Trey and Mitch. Trash bag game of the week, Giants, Niners. Niners 8.5-point favorites. I got the Niners. I've chosen the Giants maybe three weeks this season, and they've let me down all 3 weeks.
Yeah, they've let me down most of, or if not all. Who's their one win?
Who did the Giants beat?
They almost beat the Panthers, by the way. That was a game where I picked them in an upset.
I don't know who their lone win is.
I can't remember who they
Seemed
beat.
like so long ago. Seemed like last season ago when they beat us and the Broncos.
The only two teams they beat were our teams. The only two teams the Giants beat. Anyways.
C.J. Beathard, I think his name is.
No, that was their quarterback. That was their quarterback. After Jimmy G left, then it was C.J. Beathard.
A lot. We don't know. If they're lucky, I may tune in, but that's about it. I may see a couple of snaps, but if OBJ puts up 10 catches for 140 yards.
Yeah, I got the Giants just because they have good offensive weapons, and I don't think the 49ers play good defense either, so yeah, maybe it's a shootout. Maybe the Giants get lucky. I don't know. I didn't put much thought in that game.
It's not a shootout. Hell no. With Eli?
They've scored some points this year, though. They put up a lot of points against Carolina.
Yeah,
that game they almost won. I think they put up 30.
That's one Sunday. They got lucky and put up some points on one Sunday.
Well, Saquon Barkley's still giving me fantasy points.
Yeah,
I might have him. No, I don't have him in our league. Maybe I do have him in our league. Maybe that's one of the league. No? Okay.
Maybe.
I don't know.
You have James White? Do you have him? No.
But anyways.
Who cares? Games of the week. These are games that I don't really care about. To others, maybe. But games that I don't really see much, I don't know. It doesn't really attract me to the television. If it's on TV, I may watch it, but I don't really care for these games. Let's start with Bills Jets. Jets riddled with injury. One of the more injured teams in all of football. Sam Darnold won't start. I think he will. He won't start the game, but he's available. Who's their backup quarterback?
Is it Teddy Bridgewater? Where's he at?
He's in New Orleans.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah. I don't know their backup either, by the way. Sam Darnold and...
Mark Sanchez still? I don't know.
Nah. Who was the guy that started for them last year? You remember his name? It's not Derek Anderson. I don't know why he popped up in my head.
I think I think he played for the Bills last year.
Yeah. Man,
Geno Smith played for him last year? No.
They signed. He probably did, but I don't know. They signed Teddy Bridgewater. Mm-hmm. They renewed a contract of their starter last year, but I forget his name. Josh McCown.
Yeah. One of the McCowns. Yeah, it's one of the McCowns. It may not be Josh, but there's brothers. Josh and... Man, that's bad. I can't remember.
This is why we don't care about this game. We can't name the actual quarterback.
But the McCown, that's who played. Because he threw for like 500 yards against you guys.
He won like 6 or 7 games last year.
Yep. And his best game was against Kansas City.
Yes, he lit us up. Bills versus Jets. The Bills, I don't know if their rookie quarterback is starting. What is his name?
And he won't be. He hasn't played in forever.
Cramping up on these quarterbacks.
Allen.
Josh Allen.
He hasn't played in forever.
I think they have Derek Anderson. Or Nathan Peterman going.
Yeah, Peterman's probably not playing either because Peterman.
I told
he's done more interceptions.
Patrick this last week. Maybe I could step in and play quarterback for the Bills.
Probably.
I don't think I would throw as many interceptions. I'll take a sack before I give up the ball, throw pick sixes, and cost my team the game. Maybe I can get in there and play quarterback. I don't care much for this game. Pick a winner. Bills Jets. I don't even have a.
I took Jets on the show. Well, again, we didn't do the show, but we still do the predictions every week. And
this was a pick'em game. I don't even think Westgate, Las Vegas had a real winner here. I go Bills on the road.
Okay.
I think the Bills can go in there and do it. Who cares game? Skins versus Bucks.
You don't care about that game?
What? Nah.
The Redskins are about to win their division. How can you not care about that game?
Are they though?
Yes.
They're also riddled with injury.
It's true.
They're probably the second most.
They got Adrian Peterson. That's all they need. An OU player.
Yeah, but his time is up. How about he's
been playing good.
He's been drinking from the fountain of youth. Sometimes for a couple of games, but eventually that runs out.
That's true.
I got the Bucks in this game. They are a 3-point favorite.
Yeah.
This is why I got the Bucks. Alex Smith has never won a shootout. Dating back to his days in San Fran, dating back to his days with us in Kansas City, he's never won a shootout. Tampa Bay can put up yards and points.
Yeah, they can.
Especially with Fitzpatrick. They may give the ball up, but if you put the ball in his hands, you make him throw the ball 50, 60 times, they can put up some points. Because they have the weapons, O.J. Howard, Mike Evans, Deshaun Jackson. They can do some things. Alex Smith is not putting up 40 points. Or at least, if he does, he's not out shooting anybody, any quarterback. I got the Bucks. And then maybe, I think they cover that. They probably win by 3. I had that as my upset as well.
I took the Skins on ours, so.
And this is a watchable game to you?
Yeah, I think this is a watchable game because the Skins are leading their division. I think that makes it a watchable game. And the Buccaneers are the best 3-5 team in the NFL. I think. Yeah. Let's be real.
Maybe. I mean, how many 3-5 teams are there? I don't know.
I don't know, but I know there's the Colts, the Jaguars. Maybe the Jaguars are better than the Bucs.
Okay.
Because the Jaguars are 3-5 too, but the Jaguars have been awful the last few weeks.
You're high on the Bucs, man.
No, I'm not high on them. I just think they're a solid 3-5 team. I think they're better than the Colts.
Can't play defense.
No,
right, which is that's
nothing
new. That's football.
And they competed in almost every football game they've been in.
Highly contested games. Half the locker room doesn't like Jameis Winston, and I assume not even because of off the field issues, because he's just trash on the field. Yeah, he's just been bad.
Ever since I would say his first few games, like as a rookie, I would say were his best games since he got that injury and he got suspended the first time. Whatever, he's been terrible.
Yeah.
And I was high on Jameis Winston coming into the NFL, by the way. I thought he was going to be great.
I was high on the Bucs 2 seasons ago. I thought they could be a dark horse
Me too.
playoff contending team.
When Winston was coming in.
Since then, the defense has trended downward. Your franchise quarterback has no longer looked like a franchise quarterback. Ryan Fitzpatrick comes in and he shows his Fitz magic. I got the Bucs. Let's say my upside, I forget the score, but I think they win a tight game. I think
he had like 38-33.
38-33.
I think something like that is what you said.
Yeah.
Maybe 33-28. I don't know.
Who cares? Patriots, Titans.
I would agree, just because I think see this is why I think the Redskins and Buccaneers was more of a watchable game. I think that's going to be a closer game and a better battle. I think I don't care, or I care less about the Titans-Patriots game because I feel like the Patriots are more guaranteed to get a win. So that makes it to where I care less about it. I think the Redskins-Bucks is watchable because I think it'll be a good game, despite the fact that the Patriots are also leading their division.
Yeah.
They're a good team. I think it's a who cares game because they're guaranteed to win almost. Not guaranteed, but almost.
Pats are a 6.5-point favorite on the road in Tennessee. This is why I don't care. Mariota, if you watch that Monday night game, got up and he played well. Like on a nationally televised game, he actually played like what we expect him to play, like a franchise quarterback. The very next week, I bet he comes out and lay an egg.
You think he does?
Against the New England Patriots, typical Mariota fashion. Like, again, for 1 week, he looks like a superstar. The very next week, he looks like Jameis Winston. Just maybe a better version of a non-franchise quarterback. Can't throw the ball. He's getting sacked. He can't elude. He can't make plays.
And the Titans have been so weird all year.
Right. And
they beat the Eagles. They've won some games that were good, and then they've lost games. It's like, what?
And with the Titans, some of that could be play calling. Some of that could be variable in his defensive, his schemes, and his mindset. I think you need to surround Mariota with a quarterback-friendly head coach, a quarterback-friendly offense. But the Patriots, this is what they do to young quarterbacks. So like they make Mariota, the guys within his tier, they don't look like franchise quarterbacks. So even though they're at home, I can see them competing, but I can also see the Patriots just out scheming Mike Vrabel and that whole Tennessee offense. And then Tom Brady is Tom Brady. That's a stingy defense at times. We've seen those guys give up a lot of points, a lot of yards. Sometimes we've seen those guys stop the run, make plays on defense. I think this is the week Tom Brady probably dismantles the Titans, possibly. Yeah. And that's why it's a who cares games to me.
Yeah.
I don't really.
Yeah. Same thing. I could see this being more of a blowout than Redskins Buccaneers. I think that's a closer game. So I think Patriots have a chance to run away with it. I'm not going to say they do. This is what I use for my lock pick on our predictions.
Yeah.
And I think I picked New England to win by like 18. So I'm leaning more towards the side that New England runs away with it.
Patriots win. They're 6.5 favorites. I think they probably cover that and some. I think they go on the road and beat the Titans.
Yeah.
Who cares game? Lions versus Bears. Bears are a 6.5-point favorite at home. Lions coming off a game where they gave up a franchise leading to the Minnesota Vikings, 10 sacks. Minnesota sacked those guys 10 times at home. They trade away their best weapon in Golden Tate. That was evident that Matt Stafford, and you chalk it up to the O-line, but he couldn't get nobody the ball. I had Kenny Galladay on my team. He only got me 7 points, something like that. So it goes to show that
he's had a couple of good weeks, but
he has.
Last week was awful.
Last week was horrible. For some reason, their Kerryon Johnson is not getting the ball. He's better than LeGarrette Blount. I would like to see Kerryon Johnson get the bulk of
And
those
he had
carries.
I think it was like week 2 or something. He had a huge week to start start the season.
He's a good rookie running back. I like him.
Mhm.
And
He should be
somehow-
getting more touches. I would say.
Somehow they're not finding ways to get him the ball. I had never seen that Detroit Lions offensive line be bullied the way they were bullied last week. That was, and I watched some of that game. It was truly, for the most part, Minnesota could never really separate from Detroit. Detroit was actually in the game throughout the majority of it, but they couldn't. I mean, for every nice play, for every good play, can you get this door for me, please? For every good play, there was a sack. You know, for every positive yardage gain, there was a sack. There was more sacks. There was more sacks and more sacks. I got the Bears. Khalil Mack is questionable. I don't know if he plays or not, but I don't think they'll need him. I think they can still disrupt and get to Matthew Stafford. Bears 6.5 favorites. I got the Bears at home.
See, and here's where I disagree again. Like, I guess I don't see this as a who cares game because
This is a watchable game?
I think this is a watchable game because the Bears are competing in a division that hasn't been that good. The Vikings might be running away with it soon.
Yeah, but they've been up and down as well.
So I think the Bears, and plus it's a divisional matchup. I think the Lions are better than 3-5 probably, or whatever they're at, 3 and something probably. But I don't know. I guess I see this being a close matchup. I actually picked the Lions to win this game.
Really? That's not an upset.
I don't believe in the Bears. No, I don't think it's an upset either. No.
And you don't believe in the Bears.
I don't believe in the Bears.
Is it because of
all
Mitchell
they have?
Trubisky?
Yeah, all they have is a defense and some running backs.
Trubisky's put up some big numbers this year.
Oh, he's had like one big game. That guy's not that good. The guy's not that good. Plus, he's got Mitch's name. Our guy on the he can't be that good.
We got a docket for that. Yeah, we got to hold that. We got to hold that against him. I think I offered you guys this question a few weeks back. Do you guys really believe in Mitchell Trubisky? At the time, I didn't. I was kind of wavering. I'm on the fence. I like Matt Nagy. I like that system. He does have to play better. Maybe you surround him with better weapons on the outside.
Yeah, see, that's my thing. I don't know. Maybe he's not as bad as I think. I'm not saying he's bad, but I don't think he's that good. But he doesn't have a whole lot of targets. Taylor Gabriel, is that like his only target?
Taylor. Jordan Howard in the backfield.
Yeah, that's outside of running backs because they have good running backs. Is that his only real receiver? Is probably
Kevin
Taylor.
White is the big body guy on the outside, but he's not putting up mind-blowing numbers. You know, so I like Trubisky. Maybe, how about this? How much do you take this into account? He only started in college for one season, if I'm not mistaken. I think he had one full season of starting football in North Carolina. It's going to take a little bit for him to actually, get around that learning curve.
Yeah.
And this is his second offensive coordinator, second head coach in 2 seasons, in as many seasons. So it may take some time.
And he didn't even play the full season last year.
Right. So it may take a little longer than we see with the Mahomes, with Carson Wentz, with the Russell Wilsons. His learning curve may be a little steeper than those guys. You say you had the Lions.
I did
on the road.
And so you would consider that an upset? The Lions winning that game?
I think so. I like the Bears. I think they can do enough. I think the Bears have a more complete defense, or at least they've been playing at a more complete elite level week in and week out, opposed to the Vikings. And the Vikings had 10 sacks. And they're along with the offense, they've been up and down too, Minnesota.
Yeah.
The Bears defense has been damn near elite 8 weeks.
Yeah,
almost.
Their defense has been good pretty much all season.
And that's with or without Khalil Mack. Who cares? Falcons, Browns. Yeah. The Browns may not win another game this season.
Yeah.
Fire their OC, fire their head coach. Baker Mayfield, I like him, but he doesn't have the pieces around him right now. He doesn't have his OC, doesn't have his head coach. His head coach is currently Greg Williams. So Greg Williams went for 4 2-point conversions against the Chiefs, and he was 0 for 4. Yeah. His best weapon is Duke Johnson. All of a sudden,
Jarvis Landry, but they don't throw the ball to him very much.
He gets receptions, but they're 5 yards down the field. He's
they don't take shots.
No, the
only person they do take shots with is Callaway. That's who they throw the ball deep to.
And he's
Antonio
not even
Callaway.
Like a huge factor.
Yeah.
So
I'm a little upset with the way the Browns season turned out. But again, I never bought into that hype of like it would be a complete turnaround season because it's hard to go from 0 wins to some people were predicting them to possibly make the playoffs and that was too much.
How about this? At max, I was on the hype train at the beginning of the season.
Me too, but I wasn't overhyped.
Same here. I think at max, I said 4. And if they're lucky, 6.
I said 4 to 6 was my range. But see, I thought they'd at least win 4. And
I did too.
they're at 2 right now. So
defense is still good, very young. They still have talent, but the offense, man, they put Baker Mayfield in a very bad position this rookie season.
Yeah, I think Hyde, and see that's another thing. I had talked about not throwing Baker in right away. Tyrod got hurt. He won the game. There was no choice but not to play him.
Yep.
I mean, when Tyrod gets hurt and Baker comes in and wins the game, you've got to keep playing him. But this is why I didn't want to throw him in right away, is because it's not like they were destined to be a great team this year.
Yeah.
But I think Baker Mayfield and Carlos Hyde have a chance to be, or not Carlos, Nick Chubb. Carlos Hyde used to be there. Nick Chubb have a chance to be in a great quarterback running back combination.
They need. I know this offseason, they should be looking at it right now. They need to bring in the right head coach, a quarterback friendly. How about this? This would be a dream come true. Any chance Lincoln Riley leaves the Sooners?
They've talked about it, but no, Lincoln Riley won't leave.
You don't think so?
I think it's a great thing to do, and they've already talked about it, but he won't do it.
No.
He wants to win a national championship, and I'm going to tell you right now, no one but Alabama's winning a national championship this year. No one but Alabama's winning the national championship this year.
Dominated LSU.
They could beat anyone in the NFL but the Saints and the Chiefs. Maybe the Patriots. That team is insane this year. Okay, not really, but they're good.
Yeah, I mean, well, how much of that do you chalk up to Tua? I mean, this kid, he's much better.
He's playing really good.
He is much better than that second half performance.
Kyler Murray is probably playing better than Baker Mayfield ever did at OU, and he won't win the Heisman this year because Tua's been that good. Tua's been
this
that
Alabama
good.
offense looks. I've never seen it like this. This is wild.
This is the best offense they've had. We had this discussion today. We're kind of getting off topic here. I'll make this quick.
Yeah.
We had this discussion today with Larson at school, and Johnny Jizu, safety of Missouri Southern. We were all three having this discussion, and John was saying, Alabama really good. Nobody has a chance of beating them. And I was like, well, I agree. Alabama's probably going to win the national championship, no doubt, like I just said. But me and Larson were making the point that OU will give them their best run if OU makes it to the CFP and plays them.
Think so?
And we said he said no one can score 40 points on Alabama's defense. Me and Larson said OU will score 40, but they'll give up 50. So we think OU has that best chance of hanging with them, but we still didn't think that anybody can beat Alabama.
I don't know, man.
You don't even think OU could?
I don't think so.
Who do you think would give them their best match?
Georgia. It just from a physicality standpoint, I think they can run the ball. LSU could do they have the recipe to beat them. They got dominated, and Georgia is no different. I think Kirby Smart and those guys. I think Kirby can get those guys hyped up to come play Alabama. They're not scared of Alabama.
And they were good last year. And they were really good last year. Honestly, OU should have beat them in that semifinal game, but they played a good second half and they came back and beat Oklahoma. And they were a really good team.
My thing with Murray and the Sooners, I don't know if he has enough experience to go out there and beat Alabama.
Okay. I don't think he can. I'm just saying I thought it was the best match.
Yeah, a freshman putting up 40. I mean, we've seen Deshaun Watson.
That offense is so good, though. We have so many running backs.
Sure, they have a lot of weapons. They got the kid Hollywood on the outside.
Hollywood Brown, Marquise
he's electric, but they got the athletes.
CeeDee Lamb's good.
They have the athletes to restrict those guys, But
maybe so, yeah.
Falcons, Browns.
Back to NFL,
The Browns, they're trending downwards really, really fast. The Falcons, it look like they're getting hot.
Yeah, and
Julio has a touchdown reception.
Yeah, he finally got his touchdown.
The defense looks fast again.
It's still not good.
It's still not good, but they're making plays.
They are.
So that's what happens when you get that ball rolling. You're hot. You're winning games.
Yeah.
So, I said this last week about Matt Ryan. Man, Matt Ryan has hit his ceiling. He will always and forever be a tier 2 quarterback. He's a B+ at best. Don't give me that. Matt Ryan is not elite. He's not elite. He will never be elite. Look, just think about it. Sanu.
Matty Ice isn't elite.
Look, he has very thin ice in his blood. This is not no thick. Julio, Sanu, Ridley, Coleman. What's the other guy? The speedster back there. Tevin Coleman and
Devontae Freeman's hurt.
Devontae Freeman, he's
hurt. He's been hurt all season.
Nonetheless, that array of weapons the last 2 or 3 seasons. No, he's not elite. Tier 2, and he's maybe the best quarterback in tier 2.
What is your one tier? How many quarterbacks are in your one tier?
4, maybe 5.
Okay, well if it's 4, I'll give you tier 2. Okay.
No, I don't give if it was 6, he would still be tier 2. Tier 2. How
Name
about this?
6 quarterbacks better than him, playing football right now.
All right, Breeze,
Rodgers,
Brady, Russell Wilson.
Nope. I don't know. Keep going.
Playing better, Big Ben. Stop it. He just put up 35 fantasy points last week.
So what? Yeah, by the way, you didn't play him.
Nonetheless, he's better. He's playing better. Playing better, Patrick Mahomes. Stop it, Trey.
But these guys.
What has gotten into you?
Patrick Mahomes has only played part of a season.
But you just said playing better. And he's the MVP right now of the NFL.
Oh, no, he's not. No, he's not, by the way. No, me and Mitch had a debate. You'll have to check in on that on the chart.
Drew Brees.
Go by campus, get a paper.
I will. KXMS, Eddie.
You already said Drew Brees. You can't say him twice.
The chart also. Look, Drew Brees, I named 6, God damn it. 6 quarterbacks playing that are better than Matt Ryan right now.
Drew Brees, Tom Brady, Aaron Rodgers. I'll give you those 3 guys. Mm-hmm. I don't like putting Patrick Mahomes up there because this is his first season. Maybe this season he is.
Playing better, not who's better.
So we're only basing it off this season, though?
Let's use this season. I think there's 7 guys playing better than
Okay,
Matt Ryan.
Mahomes is playing better than Matt Ryan. I'll give you that. That's 4 guys in.
Mm-hmm.
Russell Wilson's not playing better than Matt Ryan right now.
Crazy.
Right now, what's his team doing? They're 4-4 too.
They're both 4-4.
Okay,
but I like his 4-4 better than Matt Ryan's.
I don't. I like Matt Ryan's
Matt Ryan
better.
has been trash at moments this year.
Oh, come on. Who else did you say?
This is how you know you're trash. Julio has 1 touchdown reception.
Big Ben. I'll give you Big Ben.
Of course you're going to give me.
Because Big Ben's been playing good this year.
Yes. Especially the last, 5 weeks? The last 6 weeks on a 6-game winning streak, if I'm not mistaken.
Okay. So I've put 5 guys ahead of him, and I'm sticking with that. That's it. 5 guys.
Well, those 5 guys ahead of him makes him tier 2.
If that's tier 1, then he's tier 2. Okay.
I got the Falcons. They're 6-point favorites. They cover that and some. I think they go in there and beat down the Browns. The Browns are at home. They're inside the dog pound, but it makes no difference.
I don't know about and some, but they're covering it for sure. I don't think they have any trouble winning that game.
All right, last Who Cares game. Chargers at the Raiders. The Chargers surprisingly are 10-point favorites in Oakland.
You think it should be more?
You think more? They should be more.
Well, maybe so, but it's hard. It's hard to guess a spread. You know what I'm saying? Like they don't do those spreads very, very like.
But the Chargers, they're rolling. The Raiders aren't rolling. Actually, if they are rolling, they're going backwards.
They're rolling backwards. They're rolling down the hill.
Got benched last week. I hadn't seen that since during his tenure in Oakland. He got benched. Yeah. They can't run the ball.
It's all bad.
Can't throw the ball.
It's all bad.
Can't protect. And they have a really good talent up front. They don't play defense. They haven't played defense the last 2 years.
They got a really bad.
Chargers by 17, 16 points, man.
Yeah, Chargers win.
Yeah.